On Tuesday, Strahan, 52, reaction to learning he had received a parking ticket was captured by cameras after he was seen in public outside the ABC studios. In exclusive photos obtained by the U.S. Sun, the former New York Giants Hall of Famer was spotted wearing a mask as he pulled the ticket off his windshield. The seven-time NFL Pro Bowler wore a black jacket and red hoodie to protect himself from the cool March East Coast air. A source said, he looked shocked that someone actually gave him a ticket. He then pulled down his mask and smiled. Strahan's luxury Maybach vehicle was parked outside the ABC studios where he has worked since 2010. The ex-NFL star is the co-anchor of Good Morning America. Strahan is also a lead NFL analyst with Fox Sports, working with the network during the season. He filled in for Terry Bradshaw last season after he got sick at the NFC Championship game. The former NFL star also has a link-up with The Rock on another project this off-season. Strahan and Dwayne Johnson will partner for a clothing brand on the UFL, a new league launching this spring. Becoming the first official off-field apparel partner of the UFL is not just an opportunity to showcase our brand in a groundbreaking way, Strahan said in a release. It also demonstrates the off-the-field opportunities and ventures players can have. Strahan did the George Halas Trophy presentation on the Fox broadcast following the clash at Levi's Stadium. The San Francisco 49ers were presented with the trophy after beating the Detroit Lions to book their place at the Super Bowl. Strahan is also dealing with a severe family emergency, as his daughter, Isabella, is battling brain cancer. In January, Isabella revealed that she was diagnosed with medulloblastoma. The rare condition is responsible for about 20% of all childhood brain tumors. Isabella had to get a tumor the size of a golf ball removed from her brain. But the diagnosis has not prevented Isabella from living life to the fullest and doing her best. The 20-year-old was tagged in a photo that her twin Sophia shared on her Instagram stories of the two watching a Duke basketball game. Michael Strahan, the former NFL star turned television personality, is no stranger to the limelight. Known for his charismatic presence on Fox NFL Sunday, and his infectious smile that seems to radiate even through the screen, Strahan has navigated a career that has seen him transform from a dominant force on the gridiron to a beloved figure in American media. But on a balmy day in New York City, a mundane moment added an unexpected twist to his public persona. Michael Strahan, masked up and incognito, received a parking ticket. New York City, a bustling metropolis known for its strict parking regulations and relentless ticketing officers, was the backdrop for this episode. Strahan, who is accustomed to cameras and crowds, found himself in an oddly ordinary scenario that many New Yorkers know all too well. Yet, in his case, the incident had a layer of surrealism, as if the everyday grind of the city had collided with the world of sports celebrity. Strahan had been in town for a few engagements, seamlessly blending his work commitments with personal time. As he navigated the city's labyrinthine streets, he chose a quiet spot to park his car, a sleek vehicle that subtly hinted at its owner's status without screaming it. He exited the car, clad in casual attire that still bore the unmistakable mark of his towering presence and athletic build. With a mask covering his iconic gap-toothed smile, a now familiar sight in the era of COVID-19, he hoped to go unnoticed, a near-impossible task for someone of his stature. The masked man moved through the streets with purpose, his destination perhaps a meeting, a quick errand, or simply a stroll to enjoy the city's vibrant energy. However, as he left his car behind, the city's relentless parking enforcement system began its countdown. New York City's parking regulations are notorious for their complexity, and even the most seasoned city dwellers often find themselves at odds with the rules. As Strahan went about his business, a parking enforcement officer approached his vehicle. The officer, indifferent to the celebrity status of the car's owner, began methodically examining the parking meter. The city's financial machinery, perpetually in need of fueling, spares no one, not even the rich and famous. Within moments, a ticket was issued and placed under the windshield wiper, flapping gently in the breeze like a white flag of surrender. When Strahan returned, the scene must have seemed almost absurd. Here was a man who had faced down some of the fiercest athletes in the world, a Hall of Famer who had risen to the pinnacle of both sports and entertainment, now confronting a small slip of paper that represented the banal authority of urban life. He approached the car, his eyes catching sight of the ticket. There was no entourage, no fanfare, just a man and his parking ticket. Beneath his mask, one can imagine a smile, perhaps a chuckle. For Strahan, this moment was a grounding experience, a reminder that fame does not exempt anyone from the everyday trials that come with living in a city. He took the ticket, glanced at it briefly, and without any dramatic reaction, tucked it away. The act was routine, a nod to the reality that some battles, however small, are universal. Strahan's handling of the situation was emblematic of his character. He has always approached life with a blend of grace and humor, traits that endeared him to fans during his football career and have continued to do so in his television endeavors. Whether he's dissecting a play on Fox NFL Sunday or co-hosting Good Morning America, Strahan's authenticity shines through. This authenticity was on full display in this unscripted moment on the streets of New York. As he drove away, one could almost picture the city itself nodding in approval. New York, with its unyielding pace and eclectic energy, has a way of leveling the playing field. Here, everyone is subject to the same rules, and even a superstar like Michael Strahan is not immune to the occasional parking ticket. This incident, though trivial in the grand scheme of things, added another layer to the mosaic of Michael Strahan's public image. It was a reminder that behind the polished persona is a person who experiences the same everyday nuisances as everyone else. In a world where celebrities often seem untouchable, such moments of commonality resonate deeply with the public. For Strahan, the parking ticket became a small yet poignant episode in his multifaceted life. It was a slice of reality that contrasted sharply with the high stakes of his professional endeavors. And in typical Strahan fashion,